Hey Sharon, hey, Amy says, hey Talia, thoughts on genetics and mediumships and psychic ability. So I definitely think, how do I put this? There are two aspects to, we'll just go with mediumship in a generalized sense, to what determines whether or not that person has the potential for that gift, if we're going to use that word. And one part is, I do think genetics play a role. For example, my best friend, her mother was my mentor and introduced me to spiritualism and forensics, forensic mediumship, and is a very, very gifted medium, a very gifted trance medium. Her daughter, my best friend, very much has psychic ability, although she doesn't necessarily conscientiously use them. Her mother, so my mentor, her mother was a spiritualist medium. The generation before that was a spiritualist medium, so it definitely does seem like things run in families. I know earlier Tara mentioned the Bodines. Echo, her brother Michael, I think there's a sister named Nikki, their mother. It definitely seems to have some prevalence, but that has to do with the constitution of the body, which of course our constitution is very much inherited from our parents, or at least the potentials for potential constitutions are inherited from our parents. So someone who is a medium needs to have, to a degree, a sensitive nervous system. This is why we see a lot of people who are mediumistic having issues with things like anxiety and fatigue. It's the nervous system is always at like 11. So it's not as, so as far as the physiological component, I don't believe that there are, I don't know that necessarily that there's a psychic gene, but I do believe that certain bodily constitutions that can be genetic make one more apt to be sensitive to non-physical energy. So that's the physiological requirements. But the most important, even more important than someone's physical constitution, is the soul qualities. What soul qualities does this being possess that spirit can utilize and express to the world through them? Qualities of empathy, qualities of humility, qualities of gratitude, qualities of perseverance. And so if a person has those capabilities within them, there's usually an experience for someone that almost ignites the soul. And when that soul and that spirit, that divine source touch, there's an experiential moment where they transcend the idea. Some people call it a spiritual awakening, whatever. Transcend the idea that we're just poor little old me, individual in a body, that life is just happening to understanding that there is a connection to something higher and in all things. Then the qualities that have been laying dormant within them, the clairsentience, their clairvoyance, whatever, those start to ignite and express themselves. And so oftentimes I think those people that we call natural mediums are people who have a nice balance of the physiological constitution, aka delicate nervous system, and the soul qualities that lend itself to mediumship. Does that make sense? Hi, Elise.